Hi Virgo, and welcome to your weekly love reading. So what's going to happen this week in terms of love? From the Romance Angels Oracle, we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And then we'll look into these messages a little bit later on. So what is this person currently thinking and feeling? What I'm sensing is this person really wants to reach out, but they're so afraid of rejection, or they just don't know how to express themselves. I feel like there's been quite an extensive history between you and this person where they have struggled with their emotions or struggled to express them, and it's created a major roller coaster of events and emotions between you both. A lot of chaos, definitely a lack of stability, and I feel like it may have led to resentment on your part because they've been this secret admirer, but you've always known their feelings for you deep down. You've always known that. I feel like this person's tried to hint to you about their feelings without actually having to come out of their comfort zone. So this person has been quite passive. They don't know how to be more confident and take direct action, and so they've gone about things the wrong kind of ways, and it's not been cutting it for you, because you truly need this person to just reveal their true self and be their true self and truly be there for you. But they've really struggled with that. They've really struggled with what you think of them, is what I'm picking up. And so it's led to some resentment, because maybe some of you waited for this person for a long time, and then now there's this separation because you realized you just couldn't wait forever, basically. So the Ace of Wands and the King of Swords and the Page of Cups. So to me, these are all about communication. They want a passionate new beginning with you. They have a lot of passion for you. It's like what I'm feeling is they've bottled it up so much, and it's becoming extremely intense. They're this hermit energy. They feel very alone without you. They feel very isolated, but this person definitely needs to do a lot of healing work. They need to go inwards. They need to find their own light, their own truth, their own path. I feel like this person was caught up in a lot of stagnation or procrastination. They were going in circles. They may have been very dependent upon their comfort zone. So things or people that weren't truly serving them, just an aid for them to basically keep going in circles. Ace of Wands. They're really thinking about you with a lot of desire. They want to get things in motion. I feel like they've wanted to do that for a long time. Deep down they've wanted to do that, but their fears have made them not want to do that. Because their fears have been that you're too good for them. So they've always kind of been hiding in the shadows. Like I said, I feel like they may have been hinting their feelings to you, and it's kind of maddening for you because you knew what they were thinking, or you knew what they were feeling, but they really struggle to express it. They've been holding it back for such a long time. Page of Cups. This is saying that they have these deep feelings for you, but they've held them back. They feel kind of like this childlike energy, because the page is a youthful energy. Six of Cups, it normally shows the children who are soulmates, but there's this childlike kind of energy to this person. So this person may just be inexperienced, or they may be stuck in some kind of childhood wound. And so there's this childlike quality that means, they cannot be like an adult. They cannot be dependable. They depend too much on other people or other people's opinions of them. They worry too much about what you think of them, but they're not like this energy where you can truly depend on them at this time. King of Swords, you know, they want to be like this hero, like this soldier. They want to be direct. It's like they have fantasies about being that person, but they really struggle to be that way in truth. But they want to get to the point. They want to express who they really are, be their true self, be strong, achieve this level of confidence. But instead it's like they're the hermit, because they're thinking about how to become that, or they're thinking that they're failing at that. They're thinking and thinking and thinking, but not taking action. Page of Cups in reverse. Look how he's like thinking. It's like mulling over the problem over and over and over again. And he's holding back his emotions. So feels like you're some kind of soulmate, but in the reverse position. It's like you had this reconciliation, you had this chance for there to be a full-on reconciliation. So you met again in this lifetime, but there's difficulties, and so it's like you can't be together at this time. And you know, I'm not trying to say that it's all this other person's fault, because I do believe oftentimes relationships reflect a lot about ourselves as well, like reflections of each other. And so we're just focusing on this other person's energies in this reading. But you know, it could be that both of you needed to heal things. It could have been part of the soul contract, that you had to go separate ways in order to learn things. You know, the Hermit is going off in your own path, finding your own light. You may have needed to learn lessons about healthy boundaries, about honouring your own needs, about not stagnating or putting your life on hold, about living in the present moment rather than holding on to the future, or you know, living for the future or holding on to the past. That may have been some of your lessons, and definitely some of this person's lessons as well. But you're definitely soulmates of some kind. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're meant to end up together with this person, but it could mean that for some of you. Let's flirt. I feel this is kind of like the energy of this person. Like they may have been flirting with you, for example, online or something like that, or flirting with you in some kind of way, but then when it came to actually revealing their deep emotions, they backed off from that. Let's get married. And we have true love, so they definitely feel like you are some kind of soulmate, or you're very significant to them. They do have like fantasies and dreams about being married with you. Please listen. So they're wanting to come forward with some kind of explanation, or with the please listen. If they aren't coming forward, it's like they want you to remain understanding. Like you may have been extremely understanding and compassionate and patient with them in the past, because we also have please be patient with me. Some of you may have walked away from this person because you felt like you just couldn't stagnate anymore, and now it's like they're worried. They're wanting you to be understanding again and patient and try and see their point of view. And we have let's make it happen. So they do want that. They want to make things happen, but yet again I feel as though they're just caught up in this secret admirer. They may literally just not have this understanding that if something is going to happen, then they have to become the person where that can happen. Because if they aren't that person that can be dependable, that can be fearless, can be courageous, then it's not going to happen. They may be waiting, they may be trying to work on themselves to become that person, but it's taken a very long time. And some of you may have wised up to that. You may have realised that you could potentially be waiting forever. Maybe you realised that if you were waiting for them, it was kind of enabling them to stay in a comfort zone. And so that they, at this time, they believe that you are angry at them, and therefore you can't see the connection with them clearly because of your resentment. So they feel like you may be being stubborn, you may be, because in the past I feel like maybe you were trying to be unconditionally loving, but to the point of totally abandoning your own needs, or brushing too much stuff under the carpet and that you needed to address, you know, putting up with things that weren't the best for you. So now they may be thinking like they want you to go back to someone that's always there for them. But you know, when you were doing that, you were putting your life on hold too much. So they're believing that you're in a place of resentment and you're just being stubborn now, and you're not being true to yourself when you're moving away from them. But it's like you are being much more true to yourself, because in the past you may have been turning a blind eye to a lot of things, but something happened which made you wake up and realize that you need to honor yourself and love yourself more, and basically not keep putting yourself on hold and putting up with poor behavior or something like that. So you are being true to yourself, but they think that you're just being like stubborn, and because you're in a place of resentment. So I feel like that with this secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. You know, they may be spying on you on social media, perhaps. It's like they're longing for you, but they're waiting for you to come back. You know, they're hoping that they don't have to step out of their comfort zone and be their true self and overcome their fears and be courageous. They're kind of hoping that if they just wait a bit longer, then you'll just come back and, you know, initiate contact and make things the same as what they were before. But, you know, it wasn't really working out that way. There was an unhealthy dynamic going on where they could stay in their comfort zone. And they're kind of just wanting that back and hoping that in time things will work out. But the only way things could potentially or possibly work out between you is if they step into their power. But there's still this secret admirer kind of energy. They're still kind of hiding their feelings. They're still hiding behind those walls or those masks, you know. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So this is the ironic thing. It's like you both love each other and it's true love. But this person, they've just got so used to having it easy in your connection. Like you kind of putting in more of the work so they can kind of stay in the comfort zone. But like I said, it wasn't working out that way. It didn't feel fair for you, and so you had to create this separation. But yeah, it's ironic because the love is true. It's just this person has major fears about being vulnerable. So let's look into these messages. What is this person currently thinking and feeling? Leap of faith. So yeah, like I said, this person right now, they are thinking that they need to take that leap of faith. They're thinking they need to just be direct and just go for it, just express their emotions. They know that if they want something to happen with you, then it's gonna have to come down to that. They're gonna have to be courageous, but at this current moment I feel like they're still choosing fear. Tower moment. Yeah. A tower moment was created because they didn't take a leap of faith. But the reason they didn't take a leap of faith, it was because they were afraid that being their true self would create a tower moment. So this person may have held back from being totally honest with you. They may have kept a lot of things hidden from you, their emotions, or, you know, if they're a secret admirer, this could potentially be someone that, for example, doesn't necessarily have to be this exact example, but it could be for some. In this day and age, with all this social media and so much digital technology, it could be for some of them, the secret admirers, they were spying on you online, or they were talking to you through fake accounts or something like that. Basically, they were keeping things secret. It caused them to be kind of foolish in many ways. So they're afraid that if they take that leap of faith, they know that they've got to be honest and upfront. They know they can't have secrets with you anymore. But they're worried that when they reveal their truth, when they come out about their feelings or they admit something to you, they're afraid that will create a tower moment and they'll lose you for good. And they're afraid of you seeing them in a bad light. So if you're not together now, they may still be thinking, well, she's angry at me, but she's not as disappointed as she might be if I, reveal the truth about something I was hiding. And so they're kind of holding on to your good opinion of them. They feel like they may have this fear that if they come forward and totally reveal all their truths to you about the past, they're worried that you will never see them in a good light ever again. And then they'll totally lose you, completely. Some spirit is saying it's they're fearful of coming forward to you because you can see, you may not be able to see everything about them, the things that they've kept hidden, but you see, it's how do I word it? You have the wisdom or the foresight or the insight to be able to see things in a mature way, whereas they feel like they can kind of remain hidden with everyone else in their life because people are kind of asleep, or they just don't see things in such a King of Swords kind of way. Other people don't see things in such a clear way, so they can kind of hide behind that, other people being asleep, but you get right to the point. You may see things so much more clearly than what they do, or you see them or understand them more than what they understand themselves. And they feel kind of foolish in that, they feel like they might come across as being asleep or kind of blind or naive, and because you see things so clearly, and they're going to feel embarrassed by that, certain things or certain ways that they act, and you see right through it, you understand it more than what they do. They may feel as though you're too awake, or you see things too clearly. Make you jealous. Wow, okay, so that's very revealing. So This person, I feel like they've tried to make you feel jealous in the past, or maybe in the present moment. They may be feeling embarrassed by that because now they realise that you see right through that. You may see some kind of mind games they played. Maybe in the past you were caught up in those mind games. You couldn't see clearly, but now you do. And they're worried that you can just see their childishness or something for what it is, whereas before that you were kind of caught up in it and you were fooled by their mind games, but you're not now. So they feel foolish. Sleepless nights. So this person has a lot of anxiety, worrying about losing you. I feel like this person, they do see you as a soulmate, or they feel that there's this soul contract that they're really feeling like they know that one of the major life lessons that they agreed to go through with you in this lifetime was about them basically becoming more mature, basically being their true self, basically overcoming this fear of what you think or what anyone thinks of them, and just being bold, being courageous, just saying how they feel without worrying about the repercussions of that, without worrying about what you think. That's a major life lesson for this person, and this person is feeling this deep magnetic pull to you right now. They're feeling this deep pull to express themselves to you, because I feel like some of you're holding back now and you're not making a move because you realize that you were just kind of enabling them in the past, and you feel this joint soul contract as well, that it's up to them now. And you know, some of you're like, it's not even about our relationship so much. You just know you can't help this person be more courageous if they're not helping themselves. You know it's up to them now to do that for themselves, you know, maybe for the relationship, but mostly you just know this person needs to help themselves. And some of you, that's why you've walked away partly as well, because you know that this person has to grow on their own basically. But that's why this person's feeling this deep soul pull right now to really step up. They know it's part of the soul contract, and it's like it's eating away at them, it's nagging at them to be their true self, and they know it's going to continue to do that as long as they're still not fully learnt that lesson or achieved that lesson. You know, when I say learnt that lesson, it sounds like it's some kind of punishment, but it's not. It's what the soul agreed upon. So one final message. Envious of everyone around you. So they may be thinking you're trying to make them jealous. They believe that you're in a place of resentment. They may be thinking you've just been stubborn by creating a separation and you're not being true to yourself, because in the past you were very different to what you are now. So they may be thinking you're trying to make them jealous by, you know, maybe you're posting pictures of yourself or something like that, or posting something online, or they just see you as someone else. Some of you may be in another relationship or something, and they're believing that maybe you're spying on them, but you're trying to make them jealous. But they are feeling envious of other people around you because they want to be by your side, they want to be close to you. But I can't express how fearful this person is, and some people will have resentment towards this person because they believe this person just needs to man up or whatever they would say. But I feel like this is like so much more than that. It's like a soul wound, like a really deep wound that's probably happened through many lifetimes. So it's not just as simple as it might seem for this person to heal, even though that's probably not what you want to hear. But if you really want to become the vibrational match for attracting true deep love with someone that's truly going to be there for you, if you want to align with your soulmate or your twin flame, you know, if you really want a high quality relationship where someone is truly there for you, then I highly recommend my meditation, which is called I Am Loved, I Receive Love. And in that meditation, I really help you to become that love vibration. I really help you to know your self-worth, know that you deserve the best. I help you to see yourself through the eyes of your soul family. So your soul family always knows that you're worthy, they always know that you are lovable and that you deserve the best. All they want is for you to really realize that within yourself, because you control the vibration that you are in based on your beliefs about yourself and about love. And so I really help you to heal past wounds of feeling rejected and abandoned. And I help you to rewrite those negative stories that we create surrounding those painful experiences in our past, so that you can rewrite your beliefs to know that it wasn't personal, to know that you are lovable, that you do deserve the best. That really helps you to raise your vibration into the love vibration. So whatever vibration we become is what we manifest back due to that law of attraction. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.